So I want to hear a big, long New York round of applause for every single organizer who has pushed this through the years. Hey, never wonder. Marijuana.
Exciting stuff here, man.
Marijuana.
Great. Tell us about what you're doing here. What brings you out here today, man?
Because I'm fucking breathing.
You're breathing.
That's all. Yeah, that's why I'm here.
MashaAllah. Thank you. This is a wonderful course here. What do you have to say to all the people that are saying that weed is being racialist and there's a lot of racialism in weed?
Hold on. Yeah, you ask me a question.
Yes, sir.
If I got the answer, I'm gonna get some green? Well, I'm gonna profit.
I'm going to give you some hand sanitizer.
Oh.
Come on, man. You're here for the people, man. It's a good cause,
Hey.
man. This is a very, let me tell you something. This is a very important civil rights issue over here.
You know what?
To smoke weed here. People are oppressing people that are smoking weed.
What the fuck I look like? I'm gonna ask you permission for this shit, bitch.
Hold on. Listen,
like?
you're a good man. God bless you for coming out here. We're marching down Broadway with the heroes to carrying the big joy, man. Look at these heroes, man. These guys are great, great people. God bless them, man, for what they're doing, man. Great, great people. Heroes of the first responders of weed again, like you say. I didn't know you guys are heroes, man.
Ceremony!
The ceremony, man, the ceremony.
Weed is finally legal in New York City. You can smoke outside as long as wherever tobacco is allowed. So we hear this is an annual thing, but obviously this year is different because it's legal now.
Now, what do you think about all the people that want to oppress the weed smokers? You know, they say the more you oppress, the more you oppress, suppress, repress, arrest, and suspect. What do you say to those people that want to oppress the weed smokers?
I mean, they may need to come and smoke a little bit of weed and learn a lot more about the beautiful plant. And, you know, because they clearly have they got myths, these urban legends when it comes to the plant.
The weed will lead to the moral decay of society. People are going to drive crazy.
That's a whole, that was a myth that was brought up by a racist man called Harry Anslinger in the early 30s,
Wow.
who said that the blackies, reefer will make the blackies think they're smarter than the whiteys. So that's why we really got marijuana illegal. It wasn't because it's bad.
So they thought weed was racialist.
They thought they were threatened by the people of color.
Is there any racialism in weed?
Not the plant. The plant, it's a
No, not the
beautiful.
plant, but between the smokers, the non-smokers.
I mean, when you looked at Prohibition, yes, there was a lot of racism. People who were the most criminalized were Latinos and blacks. When we know that everybody, blacks, whites, and Latinos, we were all smoking the same rate, but the ones that they were targeting were us.
I want to tell you something. The more you oppress, the more you are oppressed. I want you to turn your haters into your motivators. All these people that are telling you, don't smoke, don't do this, don't do that. It makes you happy. It's legal. Governor King Como made it legal.
It's healing. It's healing medicine, and we need to decriminalize all drugs. We need to talk all drugs. We got to get there because we got to follow Oregon. We really need to understand that there are a lot of medicines, like even psilocybin, that has really got some healing principles, and the FDA and the federal government knows this already.
Well, thank you for making your voice heard on this very important civil rights issue, civil rights cause of the weed issue. It is important. It's great that you're here expressing your First Amendment right. Any other things that you want legalized besides drugs?
I mean, I just want us to be, I want us to treat us like humans. We're all humans.
Yes.
But we
all God's
got a
children.
long way getting there. We need cannabis and mushrooms to help us get there.
Well, a blessed Sabbath to you, a Ramadan Kareem.
Oh yes,
Yes,
I
it
was
is
just
Shabbat.
hanging out with some Yiddish.
Yiddish, yes. The guy with the wheelchair, he's Yiddish guy.
Yes, I was
Shabbos.
hanging out this past weekend with, well, not him, but with some others.
Yes. It's not legal to be here on Shabbos,
No,
but
it's a celebration. So
don't tell. Of course, man. We're not oppressing anybody. We're here to endorse systematic racism. Weed is not racialist. God bless you for coming out and making your voice heard. Give us a chizik. Read chizik in Yiddish, man.
Listen, get to ganja on the Gita Shabbos. And today we're celebrating the fact that it's legal to have, but there's still an issue.
Alhamdulillah.
There's still an issue that has not been touched.
What's the issue, my friend?
Prisoners of weed.
Who's the prisoners of weed?
There are people still doing time in America's prisons. Get them out.
Is weed the whole concept of smoking weed racialist?
It isn't the whole weed thing. Anslinger went after weed because it was a race issue. Because weed brought blacks, whites, and brown together.
They don't want that.
No.
What about all the people that oppress the weed smokers? You know, they say the more you are oppressed, the more you're suppressed, regressed, depressed. All the people that are telling you this is going to lead to the moral decay society.
No, they don't know what moral decay is. You want to look at moral decay? Look at when I was watching January 6th on TV.
The insurrection you're talking about.
Insurrection. I saw one clown who had a shirt that said Camp Auschwitz.
Oh, horrible! I saw that.
My mother was in Auschwitz.
Hey, I remember.
My grandparents were butchered there.
Oh my God, this is
And
my heart.
Facebook tried to dox me for a week because I got a hold of his home phone number and address.
Rashayim Arurim, Facebook.
No, Zuckerberg is a Shonda for the Goyim.
Big Shonda Zuckerberg, man.
Shonda, you don't know
Yes,
Shonda.
of course, man. Well, I want to wish you a good Shabbos, Ramadan Kareem, a blessed holiday, holy month,
All
man.
right, I gotta get on.
Because joints are fun, and it's Saturday, and it's beautiful.
Are you wearing? And you're wearing a mask underneath there.
I'm wearing a mask. Hey, I want people to be safe.
What message do you have to all the oppressors of the weed parade, of the weed movement? The more you,
We're legalized.
how much gratitude do we owe to King Como II?
Hell, we got it done. Took years and years of everybody working. We got it done.
Is prohibition prohibition of weed officially over?
No, we got to keep going.
What's the next step, man?
More states to go.
More states, universal. I mean, you want a federal mandate on
Let's
weed?
get rid of the federal. Let's get everybody out of prison.
Real quick.
Well, we're celebrating legalization, but there's still work that needs to be done.
How much gratitude do we owe to Governor Como?
We were some, but I mean, it was really about the advocates that really pushed this through.
The people pushed it to make this great day go.
Absolutely.
Who are the guilty Republicans?
The guilty Republicans.
Equal justice for guilty Republicans. Who are these guys?
Oh my God. Equal justice for justice. I don't even know what sign they gave me.
Well, I gotta say, this is the first time. I've been coming to these things for decades. I mean, I started in the 70s. It's the first time we can celebrate victory. And I'm ready to,
Are you proud of King Como for doing this?
Huh?
King Como.
He was reluctant. King Como was reluctant, but he gave in. It was the public's will, you know.
The people wanted. Prohibition is over. You were able to drink alcohol, now you can smoke weed.
Yeah, which is a lot less harmful.
Bless you, man, for coming out here. Any other message? Is weed a racialist thing? People are saying there's a lot of racialism in weed.
What?
Racialism.
Racialism?
Yeah.
And I'm not familiar with the phrase racialism, but there's a lot of racism. Yes.
Hold the joint, helpers to hold the joint.
But it is really not part of the marijuana thing because black people, white people, Asian.
It brings us together.
Huh?
It brings us together.
It does, yes, and it eases the mind. It tends to work against the fascist mentality.
Let's all march here peacefully. Let's turn our haters into our motivators. Let the oppressors be suppressed, regressed, and depressed because, like you said, the more you oppress, the more you are oppressed, my brother. Amen. Thank you.
We are celebrating this beautiful, medicinal, euphoric plant that they finally are letting us enjoy freely. I'm from Happy Monkey. We're cannabis activists.
A lifestyle brand.
So you guys want to tag your business or whatever it is? You have a handle?
Yeah. Well, I am Black Rose. I am Black Rose NYC, and we're from Happy Monkey. This is Jose Rose.
Yes, sir.
We throw parties.
Weed parties.
Well, yeah. Finally, if you haven't heard of Happy Monkey, we got consumption lounges.
We threw the first prohibition. We threw the first party since prohibition.
You guys are like pioneers. You're like the first. You're like the Neil Armstrong of weed.
Yeah.
You guys are the first ones on the move.
It's actually all for the culture, though.
All for the culture. Never for the clout, for the culture.
You guys do it for the people.
Yes.
That's who you do it for, man.
Yes, we do.
Which is great. So you're here celebrating. How much gratitude do we owe to King Como for thinking about this day?
You know what? It was a fight. I was part of the people that went out to Albany to go and speak to them It was a bit of a hurdle going up and down, and they finally are, taking the bill now. But there's still work to do, guys. But for now, we're gonna celebrate. So thank you, Cuomo.
Question to the oppressors of the weed movement. You know they say the more you're oppressed, the more you're oppressed, the more you're suppressed, the more you're regressed. What message do you have to all the oppressors of the movement?
Just smoke a blunt.
That's it, man.
Smoke a blunt, smoke a joint, take a dab, relax.
I believe that everybody who truly smokes weed should be a part of this. If you do not smoke, if you claim to smoke weed, you should be here to support it. You should be able to understand why it's legalized and the regulations of it being legalized.
How much gratitude do we owe to Governor Cuomo for this?
A lot. Thank you, Como, for this, because if it wasn't for you, this law would still be pending.
And what message do you have to the oppressors, to the people that are oppressed, the weed smokers? As they say, the more you oppress, the more you're oppressed.
Long story short, don't judge it till you try.
How much has racialism played in the role of the marijuana, the legalization of marijuana?
There shouldn't be, because everybody of every race and culture smokes.
No, I'm saying because people are still in jail. People of color are still in jail for petty crimes of I
feel like everything should be cleared. Everyone's record should be cleared as of now. As soon as weed should have been legalized, everyone's record should have been cleared, and everybody should be free of everything.
Personally, I'm a felon from New Jersey myself for marijuana. And from what I'm hearing and I'm hoping myself is that they expunge all charges off your record.
Well, they should do, because they expunged charges of people that were drinking alcohol back in the 20s and 30s.
Same thing going on over here that it's going on over in New Jersey too. 70% of my whole felonies is for marijuana charges, and it's ridiculous.
So we want to thank you guys for coming out and supporting this very, very important civil rights cause. God bless you, man. Excellent. Thank you for coming out and supporting this very important civil rights issue.
Thanks. I came here from D.C. We brought the big joint from D.C.
Listen, you guys are really heroes to us. You're the first responders of weed. God bless you for coming out here.
Oh, thank you. It's such it's such a simple issue. We should be able to just do it in all 51 states and get it over with and get it right.
Make it federal, to all the naysayers,
we got other things we got to focus on, like climate change and stuff.
Of course, we have to turn our haters into motivators. All the people that hate us, we have to use them as motivation. We have to let them know that the more they oppress, the more they are oppressed, repressed, and suppressed.
Yeah, and you know what? When the people rise up, the powers come down.
To the people, thank you for supporting the civil rights issue. Respect to you. My name is Dibbo Shama.
All right, I'm Lady Furnish.
How long have you been fighting this fight, sir?
My whole life.
Your whole life. Is this like the fruition of the, like you guys were the ones that planted the tree that grew after 70 years?
Yeah.
This is prohibition. It's finally over. How much gratitude do we owe to the governor?
Quite a bit, I think.
It's about time. Better late than never, man. God
I like the way they did it here, too.
Listen, man, God bless you for coming out. This is a very, very, very important civil rights issue, man. And we really appreciate what you have done for us. You guys are the ones that laid the seeds to plant the tree here. Man, God bless you, man. This is a great, great day for New York. Great day for America, man.
Really excited. It's been a long time. A lot of activists and people put in hard work to get it done, and so we're really excited about these changes.
Are you impressed by the lack of, but not the lack of, but no one belongs to prison? Agreed.
Thank you.
Are you impressed by the fact that the Attorney General is here, Congress people, Assemblies people? Like in the past years, you would not find one elected official here.
I guess impressed, but also hesitant. Like some speakers mentioned, where we still want to pay attention to which individuals are placed in these leader roles at the cannabis regulatory boards and commissions and whatnot. So we want to make sure that we. Sorry. But we want to make sure that as these rules are passed and as these licenses are granted, it's given to at first those communities most disproportionately harmed by the war on drugs.
Sure.
Yeah.
To Governor Cuomo, thank you, or is it a better late than never?
A little bit of both, Better late than never, but also we appreciate it,
It's very, very important that you came here to make your voice heard in this very, very important civil rights issue, civil rights cause here. And to the naysayers, we turn our haters into our motivators, you know, and thank you for coming in. Very, very important. Awesome. Thank you. Awesome.
All right. Hi, my name is Vanity Mason. I'm here promoting Vita Buds. It's a company that's made for marijuana. They also do merchandise. They have premium boxes where you can sit there and actually get custom boxes with like little apes inside, pre-rolls, edibles, and you know, actual merchandise like t-shirts, hats, sweaters, book bags, anything you need, they have it.
It's a little hard here, but you plug your website, you plug where you're at?
Yeah, as long as you look at it, you have the URL.
Focus on this.
Right here. If you search this, as long as you scan it, it automatically pops you up to the website, VitaBuds.com.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. Now, a quick question for you. To Governor Cuomo, better late than never, or thank you for making this day happen.
Honestly, better late than never. I am so happy that this actually was able to happen. So many people are getting arrested for no reason. Honestly, this is something that could literally be used for so many different benefits, especially CBD. It could be used in 1,000 of different ways, but THC also can help with pain, especially people with cancer. Anybody that has cancer, the people that can't eat, the people that are having problems with nausea, it actually helps a lot. I know a lot of people that have a whole bunch of mental disabilities like bipolar, it's like depression, and like it helps so much with them because it's able to calm them down when they're sitting there, they're thinking rapidly. I have gastritis personally and acid reflux. I personally lost my gallbladder, and literally smoking is the only reason why I was able to sit there and function on a regular basis.
And have a normal quality of life.
Yes, they gave me opioids that actually kept me stuck in the house for a whole month.
It turns you into a zombie. It turns you into. It makes you addicted.
It pretty much kept me stuck in place. But when I was smoking, I was able to move around like nothing happened.
So to the naysayers, to the people that oppress the movement, what message do you have for them besides what you're telling us now?
The one thing I can say is never judge anything that you've never tried. It may not be good for you, but it may be great for other people.
So we're here at the 2021 Cannabis Parade. My name is Sonny, 1/3 of the Joint Chiefs, a 420 stoner rap group out of the Bronx. It's myself, Gio the Rican, Loud Pack Ralph. You can follow us on Instagram. We got content on YouTube, music streaming everywhere, 420 friendly music, man. That's what's going on right now, guys. We're celebrating.
How much gratitude do we owe to the governor for doing this?
I'd give more of the gratitude to the people that made it happen, you know, to the people that spoke up about it. But
in other words, better late than never. Thanks, but better late than never.
Oh yeah, definitely better late than never. You know, get a lot of the people that are in there sitting in jail for a couple of bags of weed, get them out of there. Then maybe we can even up the score a little bit.
There's been a lot of racial connotations. You know, the war on weed has become more and more racialist against people of color.
Absolutely, absolutely. I would wholeheartedly agree. I mean, Kanye West said it best. You know, Jamal gets more time than Brandon.
Agreed.
You know, there's a lot of disparities based on class, based on color, unfortunately. And
we have people working to get these people out of prison for like petty crimes like marijuana.
Absolutely, absolutely. These people should not be sitting in jail. They shouldn't have a smudge on their record that's going to follow them around for the rest of their life because they got caught with a nickel bag or a couple of bags of weed. It's ridiculous.
The oppressors of the marijuana movement. What do you have to say to the oppressors of the movement? They say it's going to lead to the moral decay. You legalize this, you legalize something else. What message do you have for them?
Those are all false equivocations, man. Straw man arguments, and ultimately the legalization leads to the progression, advancement of all of us. Because none of us should be persecuted based on, for any reason, class, color, or anything, orientation. We should be able to smoke this weed and this plant with no intervention and nobody telling us how to do it.
An important civil rights issue is an important cause here to be here. God bless you guys there. And tell the people that oppress the smokers, you know, for you guys, turn your haters into your motivators. And I see how you guys are motivated here, man.
Absolutely, man. You could do that by go listening to the Joint Chiefs. 420 friendly hip hop music, man. Joint Chiefs.
Get it. We got it covered, man. Thank you. This is Dibbo Shamat reporting from Union Square.
All right. So first of all, even though we have decriminalized marijuana, 6 ounces of less, and it's on your person, it's no longer your problem or the problem of the authorities.
Yes.
Now, there are a number of problems that have ended up on the back burner in spite of this. Number one, there are people serving sentences for possession of marijuana that they gotta serve their sentence no matter what. All right.
Oh, really? So they don't. So it's like it's a racialist thing over here then.
To some degree, there is that element too. Now, hear me out. I would propose the idea that the war on drugs is an absolute and unmitigated disaster. And it is rooted in a lot of, listen, if people want to discuss systemic racism, how come that the only difference between crack and crack cocaine is baking soda and a mandatory 5-year minimum sentence because it's scheduled?
I don't know anything about drugs, but is that like a legit thing or no?
Yes, it is.
I don't know anything. I'm telling you, I don't know anything about drugs. So I'm not asking to be rude or anything like that.
No.
I'm just, so the only thing is baking soda is the only difference?
The difference between crack and crack cocaine is baking soda, and cocaine is a Schedule 1 drug, crack cocaine is a Schedule 3 drug, which means mandatory minimum 5-year sentence, and it's a felony.
Wow.
And if you have a felony on your record, life is almost impossible for you once you get out. Then, again, the war on drugs and the prison industrial complex system sucking in as much money as it can, jabbing its vampire squid beak into anything that smells like dinero. All right? So you could cut it off at the pass and end all this racist, systemic nonsense. And one way you could do it, you could legalize crack. With the budget that you get from legalizing crack, number one...
Doesn't crack kill people? Doesn't cocaine kill people?
Well, alcohol also kills
No, I get it, but like not on the same level. I'm asking seriously. I'm not trying to be a contrarian. I'm asking serious.
More people die from drunk driving accidents than crack cocaine overdoses, as per the FDA and the Census Bureau.
What about like the moral decay of society, and it's going to lead to like the society becoming anarchistic, without any rules, without any laws?
Then why not all those squandered funds that could have been going to neighborhoods, public projects, roads and highways and parks and housing that have been squandered for decades? Why not put it back into the community it had taken it from in the first place?
I get it, man. I said I'm just here to learn, man. I'm here to learn, man. Well, thank you for letting us know what's going on here, man. Legalize crack. That's the message from this guy here. Stan Hansen, man.
Yes. Is there anything you'd like to plug?
My name is Dibbo Shama. Please watch Big Jelly TV.
Yes, so we've written up a resolution for decriminalizing entheogens.
Decriminalizing what? I'm sorry?
Entheogens.
Okay.
In particular, ayahuasca, ibogaine, psilocybin, and
is that still criminal? All those things?
Yes.
It is. So that's the next step after marijuana now.
Yes, so it's already being used in the research facilities in New York City, and people are flying out of the country in order to take these legally. So we need to bring it to our city. So we actually have support from the Heroic Hearts Project, which is for veterans with PTSD.
Okay.
There are clinical studies that have been done with psilocybin mushrooms that it does cure depression. And then with ibogaine and ayahuasca, it's been used for treating addiction.
So how much gratitude do we owe to the governor for making this legal now?
Oh my goodness, so much. I mean, it's about time. Yeah.
Do you think that's something that could be revoked should a new governor step in?
I do not. No.
So that's it. Once it's signed into law, it's a law. So this is kind of like the prohibition. The weed is the prohibition of the 1920s and the 30s with the alcohol.
Yes, exactly.
But to the oppressors who tell you it's going to lead to the moral decay society, it's going to be weed is going to lead to other bad hardcore drugs being legalized, etc. What's your message to these people?
They have to try it. The only way to know something is through experience.
My name's Harrison Schultz. I'm a survivor of the drug war. I got 3 dead siblings, 2 from suicide, 1 from an opiate addiction.
Pain, horror, oh my God.
And so I'm organizing. I'm really concerned with where we're at right now. I'm trying to spread word to the rest of my fellow cannabis users here about hyperinflation. We're already dealing with inflation right now. But I'm trying to raise awareness for hyperinflation. It's a conversation that's being ignored by the media.
What is hyperinflation? If you could just and briefly tell us exactly what it is.
It's when prices start to increase exponentially. So people are afraid right now that we're not going to be able to afford food if the economy keeps going the way it's going.
What is your organization all about? What are you guys doing? And tell us where we can find you.
So I'm with the Alliance for Just Money. Check it out, monetaryalliance.org. And our main solution to this hyperinflation issue is called the National Emergency Employment Defense Act. Please look it up. It was written in 2011 by Dennis Kucinich. We're bringing it back. This will be a first step towards funding a Green New Deal, towards funding universal housing, universal education, public housing. This would fund a jobs program, creating a green new energy infrastructure, and possibly even reparations for drug war victims. And it's a first step towards actually bailing out the 99%. Please check out the Alliance for Just Money, monetaryalliance.org. Please follow the Resistance Company, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and thank you.
Could you guys give a shout out to my boss, Shama? His name is Shama. He's from Syria.
Shama?
Shama.
Shout out to Shama.
Shout outs to Shama.
Bless you guys. Thank you. Can you give a shout out to our boss? His name is Shama.
Shamak?
Shamak.
Shamak.
Yeah, say, just give.
Big shout out to Shamak. I'll smoke and light a joint in your name today.
Awesome. God bless you. Thank you so much.